Good morning, YouTube. So I wanted to put together a little review video for the 3GTL amplifier upgrade with Phantom Audio. Pretty much it started, I've had a love affair with that car since I first saw it on the showroom floor back in 2000 and it was like December of 2003 when I saw the first one. It was an '04 A-Spec. At the time it was called Sport Package. Stick shifts, all the A-Spec lip kit and everything else. And I fell madly in love with that car. My mom's ex bought it, and I told him, I helped him pick it, and I told him after the 5-year lease was up, I was definitely going to buy the car. So I bought it from him in '09. I had a torrid love affair with that thing for about 7 years. Then I ended up jumping up to a Kinetic Blue Type S, but I always missed the first one, obviously. So I got the Type S. On the '04, I had gone down the rabbit hole of trying to add. I went with originally Hyphonics amps and MB Quart. I think the Hyphonics got cooked. I ended up switching over to MB Quart altogether. So I had amplified the door speakers, the sub, obviously. So I basically bypassed the ELS system. But trying to find a clean signal in that car, it's so complicated. It's probably not that complicated, but with my limited knowledge, it was complicated to me. So trying to take signal before the amp, after the amp, this and that. So when I had the Kinetic one, I met Jesse through Facebook somehow. I think the groups or something, and it was intriguing to me. So I upgraded to his. He basically would take your factory amp. I noticed that the the sound on the stock amplifier started dropping off. You'd put it up to 40 and it was like not that loud, which seems strange because it was obviously a high-end system in the first place. So I ended up upgrading to, he had like the top of the line, he would open up the amplifier and swap out capacitors and resistors and I don't know what. He worked his magic, but basically I upgraded to, I think it was just a hobby at the time. I wasn't even a Phantom Audio yet, but this was probably, I want to say 2016 that I originally upgraded. So I upgraded the amplifier. Long story short, a little late for that. I bought that same car back for a third time about 2 months ago. And I was cruising down. I drove it home from Missouri. I was cruising down. And normally I would have my aftermarket sub and stuff like that. But I actually just had it as is because the guy that, my friend that I sold it to in Missouri didn't want the sub, so I just left it stock. And cruising back down from Missouri, just listening to, even just through the Bluetooth player, I was listening to streaming audio through the Bluetooth player. Man, that sound system sounded good. It sounded really good. So I contacted Jesse and I was like, hey, just wanted to let you know your upgrade is still kicking alive and strong, and it sounds awesome. So this was, we're 2022 now, so it's at least 5.5 to 6 years probably since the original upgrade. So then he tells me that he's got an upgradier upgrade. And I was like, tell me more. So he did. So I told him, let's do it. Let's upgrade. Because to me, there are a lot of people that claim plug and play, and there is some plug and play involved, but realistically, if you're not a guy that's ever run power through your firewall and a ground and you don't have an understanding of what you're trying to do with an amplifier and stuff like that, nothing's plug and play unless it's this factory amplifier upgrade, in my opinion. And for most people, if you just have the sound volumes kind of like dropping off and stuff like that, this would be all you need. If you gotta try to win, you're trying to do SPL or SQL, whatever, like trying to win shows and stuff, yeah, fine. You're probably gonna need 1,000 times more watts, but this for daily driving, just to sound good and to really keep your car relevant and to still be able to hear the music, this is the way to go. So I'm going to do a quick comparison. I'll probably cut the video or merge it and show you just a quick video on how to pull the original one out, which realistically this is my upgraded one in the first place. But then I'll show you a comparison of the three. And then I'm going to try to find, I'm probably just going to go radio to keep it simple so that I can use my phone, since obviously I wouldn't be able to stream and play video at the same time. And I'm going to try to play radio so that it doesn't get hit with copyright and just jump around so you can hear the sound difference. I had already tested, I don't know what the new one sounds like, but I had already compared the old one to the one that was upgraded. and it's ridiculous, the difference. So let's get to it. Okay, so my beloved Type S. All right, so we're gonna start off with its passenger side kick panel. You pretty much just pull the molding off of your trim. There's one clip. I don't know, maybe I don't have all of the ones that I should, but there's one at the bottom that kind of releases. Bam. And there's your amp. So there are, say two 10 millimeter bolts at the bottom. And then there's a weird one. Can I show it? There's a weird one. Yeah, you see it? One nut that's on a stud up there. You get a stud with a nut, know what I mean? Focus on the wrong thing. Anyway, the thing that's out of focus up there, you can just loosen that, and you can like slide the amp up and to the left, and it comes out. I left it loose because I knew I would be swapping it again. So, and then obviously unclip the two clips. So I'll try to do it by hand. You pull these tabs, and they pull off of those little studs. So that's loose. And then unclipped. It's actually easier, I think, to unclip while, there it is. It's easier to unclip while it's fixed because it doesn't jiggle around with you. Oh, then I have my handy dandy Milwaukee Alice Cooper. Oops. Okay. 10 and a 10. They're both 10s. But I keep them clean though. Alright. Lift it out. This trim clip stays. You do not belong to the amplifier, you belong to the vehicle. Get back in your hole. Alright, amp out. So this is, bam, the upgraded one already. Just used to put his Herbie Hancock on him. Now I'll show you the comparison between the three. Okay, so that's the original. So I'm going to start off by plugging it in. Let's do this. This is the 2016, I would say, upgraded one, the original. And then here's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it was Phantom Audio originally. I think before it was just my buddy named Jesse on Facebook, because that's how I used to tell people to go check it out if they were interested in the upgrade. This, even just this one originally, with a little 12, little 10, a little 12, just to, you know, to add a little depth. If you, I mean, assuming you grew up with bass and stuff like that's kind of big to me. I like bass. That was perfect. It rivaled the original system that I had, like, without going to such trouble. It was crazy. And then here's the newest, latest, greatest. So what are we gonna do? That's the three of them. And he now, you know, I don't know if this is powder coated or painted or what, but it's official business. And I will go ahead and plug in the OG, and we'll play some stuff and you can hear the difference. Hopefully this camera picks up the sound difference, but it should be enough for you to get an idea. Okay, the original one is plugged in. Alright, CBMS code. I'm not even going to put on the AC. I'll sweat it out for y'all. Alright, so I'm not going to mess with settings. I'm literally just going to play music, right? And I was trying to rack my brain, aside from the fact that I put my phone holder, this is the bomb phone holder. I put it in the CD player. I literally don't know where the heck my book of CDs are. So I would have probably done that, but realistically, if I play a song too long, it'll get hit with copyright anyway. So I'm going to jump around on the radio, try to find something. Let's switch to audio, auxiliary, FM. Okay, pay attention to that. Look at the volume, right? That's level 10. We have 40. If you're a 3GTL person or an Acura person, you know we have 40, right? That's at 20. I can tell you right now, I hear it from the back a little bit, right? That's 30. That's 40. That's topped out. That's as loud as it gets. Now, keep in mind, this was the amplifier I originally felt like the volume was dropping off on. But, I mean, come on. 15, 20-year-old car now, if this one's doing it, they're all doing it. 3Gs tend to have the same failures, so you may not even realize it, but if you're playing 40 and it's not blowing you away as far as like the volume, it's not, there's something wrong. And I will also say this for the video, I have not touched the speakers, so who knows, you know, the surrounds, that one I suspect, I had another TL, a black bass, and the passenger door for some reason was like distorted. So I junkyard pulled, I grabbed another one, grabbed another one. So the speakers haven't been touched. So if there's any weird distortion or anything with the upgraded amp, it's probably because I have to get new speakers eventually. Just prefacing with that, it normally sounds pretty good. Again, topped out at 40. This is the original amplifier. And I don't remember if this is the one that came out of my 04 or this was originally in this 07. I think it was an 04 though. But that's 40. Normal listening volume would be what, 15, 20? I mean, it might as well not be on. Okay, now this was the 6 years ago upgraded amplifier from Jesse. So you can't hear anything. It's because it's on 0. All right, so I'm probably gonna jump around. I don't want to get hit with the, you know. That's literally at 1. That's probably the volume it was at 40 with the old one. Let's try a different song. That's 10. That literally is fine for normal driving. 20. Oh man, that's my jam. Listen to that volume.
That face, you look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna. We'll bring the music.
Take us with you. Power 96 is always live on the Odyssey app. Download it now from your favorite app store.
Hola mi gente, soy Eiko Forever y la emisora que me pone a bailar siempre cuando llega fin de semana.
So basically the volume is good enough for like cruising windows down and still hearing the music. I also noticed, you know, the ELS system is extremely good, and although it doesn't really truly duplicate 5.1 unless you're running the obsolete DVD audio, which there are not many things in that format, and good luck trying to find them now. I know that Adobe Man or somebody used to like convert stuff for people, but I don't see a lot of people that committed to the cause at this point. Anyway, it's not true surround, but it duplicates it. It kind of like replicates it. So it sounds, I mean, to me, excellent. Even listening to some songs, I hear like the instrument coming from the left or from the right, or it comes from where it's supposed to come from. And that to me is, it speaks volumes. So I have not heard the latest one. I literally unboxed it and I'm going to pop it in now. So I will be, you know, going for the ride along with y'all. But at this point, the one I have now is, I think, the epic level one or something like that. It's like the top of the line, best upgraded one you could possibly get. So let's see what we think. And here it is. So it comes in bubble wrap. and about 10 pounds of these peanuts. Ew, are these the starch-based ones? They are not. I don't know if you ever tried the starch-based ones, but they basically dissolve in your mouth. Probably a carcinogen, but you know, who's counting? Comes with a nice little tag with your name and address, what upgrade it is, what car it's for. Tagged, bagged, safely shipped. Very nice. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, here's the most recent upgraded one. I would say that there are a couple different upgrades you can make, but I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go all the way with whatever the best thing he has is now, right? Okay. So there's a radio station. Again, I'm gonna jump around because I don't want to get hit with copyright infringement. So
Answer your calls at 866-645.
literally,
And discover the new music that matters on the street.
let's see. 99.1. What you got? What you got? Literally at 1 or 2, right?
This is Cannon's Countdown.
Okay, I don't want you guys to think that I'm FOS. And Jesse is a cool guy, but obviously you don't want to sell your soul to give a positive review if you don't really feel that way. And I honestly wouldn't be willing to. But I can tell you right now, I don't know what he changes. I'm not that guy. Like, I barely know how to put a hard drive in a computer. But he changes stuff, right? He actually was the one that suggested, I made another video, you can see. Click on the link right here. Just kidding, I don't know how to do that. But it's in the, like, 2 videos ago. So if you really care, go look for it. You know, everybody has that problem where you gotta tap this to get the display to work. He suggested that I reflow the solder. And I mean, I know enough about soldering wires and stuff to kind of get the idea, but all I did was I took the pins, I flipped it upside down, I put heat from the tip of the very tip of the solder, making sure I don't touch multiple, and I heated one at a time, and I guess that's enough. It ran the heat down that pin, heated the solder, and reflowed it. Boom, fixed it. No problem. Display great. Never hasn't flickered, hasn't been dimmed. So thank you, Jesse, for the idea. And it worked. And so anyway, he works magic. He's the magic man. So I don't know what he changes. He changes stuff in there. And when he showed me the pictures of the board and stuff, it looks complex. I mean, it's a board. So it's got capacitors and resistors and all sorts of stuff. So he changes some stuff. I don't know what the top of the line one is, but it is definitely different. I can already tell it's different from even the one I got 6 years ago. And he had told me that you'll be able to tell, and I definitely can. So from stock, to me, it's a no-brainer, 100% upgrade. But to go to the top of the line one, I don't know, but I can tell. I don't know what the magic is, but I can tell you the sound is.
Keep out of reach of children.
Even that one little thing I just played it just sounded deeper. Like there were multiple. You could tell the levels of the music. Let's do 105.9.
Against both the original COVID virus and
Yeah, that sounds absolutely incredible. I hope the phone can pick that up, but I mean, it was very clear.
Chill blaster suckers, you're it.
I'm gonna get you.
Burlington tiene de todo para.
That's the good thing about commercials.
He said burst on it.
All radio stations play them around the same time. Even this has to be Bad Bunny. Even the even the mids, like through the door, sound good. Okay, call me officially impressed. Okay. To me, worthy upgrade. And realistically, if you want to call it plug and play, this one to me is a true plug and play system for the 3GTL. And I know that he offers it for other Acura models and maybe even some other brands. He even has other upgrades like the tweeter. I think he does like a tweeter that's maybe not as bright or something. He does tweeters, and he does, I think there's even radio upgrades, maybe. I might be wrong about that. But even just as an upgrade, if your amp is starting to go, to me, no brainer, 100%. I'm happy.